Hello, I'm Alison Evans and today I show you how to make paper fancy plants on the Artcore Crafternoon. To start with, I will show you some of the plants you could make. Here we've got the rainbow plant, which is the one that's using felt tip pens and white paper. Here we've got the one, which is white paper and then tissue stuck to it, so a bit sort of like decoupage. And then this one, I've got lots of options. This one is just made out of paper magazine article, so that one's actually an article with hand dryers on it, so you can use any paper you like. So the list of things that you need, which you've seen, I'll just show you it again. So we need, I think that's the right way round. That's the right way round. We've got paper for leaves, we've got wire, glue, colouring pens, pencils or paint, pliers, glue roll tube, a plant pot or a tin or a vase for putting your plant in, and newspaper for potting the plant. So those are the things that we need. So if you want to collect them together, if you haven't got ready, and we will start with cutting out the leaves. So I'll move that. So for cutting out the leaves, you need about 6 leaves, and they will be. You need 2 pieces of paper. So you have a front and a back for each leaf. So it's to keep your paper together when you're cutting out the leaves. So the leaves need to be about 12 centimetres and 20 centimetres long. So if you want to put shapes on, you can, but I'm just going to cut shapes out. So I'm going to start cutting a leaf now. So I'm just going to cut a nice leaf shape. Nice big leaf shape. Keep your paper together, cutting it out. Cut it round like this. So that's one leaf shape, and you've got 2 pieces of paper like that. So that's one leaf shape. You need about 6 leaves. So you could get it all from 2 pieces of A4 paper. And go in with another shape here. You can look at garden or house plants for inspiration for shapes. I'm just doing some very simple shapes today, but you can make the leaves more fancy if you want, with wedges or zigzags. I've got 2 leaves there now. It's 3 leaves, but you have 2 leaves. So yes, you should get it all out of 2 pieces of A4 paper. Varying sizes. How many have you got now? Got one big one there. One. So I'm just cutting out freehand. If you'd rather draw the leaves, you can, like I said. So there's leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got just enough paper there to make one small one. So I'll cut that one like that. There, that's 6 leaves. So this way, so in the way. You could use that later for potting. Right, so the next thing you need to do is the messy bit. So get one of your leaves. I'll show you on the big leaf. So you've got 2 pieces of leaf, which is the same. So flip one over, and it's like 2 ears. And then we'll get some wire. So you wire. This is just thin garden wire. It's actually got a plastic covering on it. So you lie along the leaf, and then so you've probably got about 7 centimetres out of the bottom of the leaf, and then probably about to the top, and then we're going to cut that with pliers, which are here. If you haven't got pliers, a pair of old scissors will get through the wire because it's so thin. So just bend the top over, which again you can do with if you've got them, or you can just do it with your fingers because it's quite thin. So what that'll stop it from sticking out the top of your plant once it's glued in. So what we're going to do now is lie it along the plant where you want it to go, around the middle. So it's going to be like the centre of the plant, and we're going to put some glue on to the leaf. Get the lid off. Okay. So this is just PVA glue, which is the best sort to use on paper really. So all around the edge, I'm going to get ready right up to the top of the leaf, right to the pull. Make sure it goes all the way around the edges and up the middle, nice and big. Squidge it all out. So that's there. Wire in again, and we're going to try and trap the wire in the leaf. So you have to make sure you've got your leaf the right way around. If I put it away, it would be wrong. So you put it the right way around so that it matches exactly, and then we're going to trap it in there and squidge the edges down. So pressing it down all the way around, trapping that wire inside like that. Pressing like that, and then once you can, lift it up, go around the edges, make sure that everything's sealed around the edges and everything's stuck down with the glue, and you're trapped in the middle. I'm just doing this once because you can then carry on doing it afterwards. I'll show you what to do next once we've done this, but you can do this with all your leaves. I'm just going to do that once. So as you can, the leaf is now stuck together, wire inside like that. So once it's all dry, I'll be able to shape it into a more leaf-like shape. So just checking again that your edges are stuck together. So that's how you make a leaf with paper leaf. So I'll put that to one side. So you leave it to dry now. So before you colouring in on your leaf, you will need it to dry. So put it somewhere to dry, and I'll show you Blue Peter style. Here's one that I made earlier, which has dried. As you can see, it's like you can bend it into leaves like this. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to make the rainbow leaf, which is this. So what you need is colouring, either colouring pens or crayons or whatever colour things you've got. So the first thing to do to make the rainbow leaf is to draw a line all the way up the centre of your leaf. So we're going all the way up the centre. I'm using a black. You can use a fatter pen than this if you want. I'm using this one, so it's gone all the way up, and then again on the back, all the way up. And then we're going to divide it into sections for the rainbow. So there's 7 colours. So I have to try and divide this up into 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's like that. And you can see that's divided up 7 sections. So then on the other side, and you can make it sort of leafy, you can make the veins of the leaves in the V shapes like this. So that's like that. You can see it looks like a leaf, and then we have to turn over and do the same on the back. So you can match them up, so you can match where your colour, so that one's there. I put a little line to just match it like that. Like that. Like that. I hope you can all see what's going on here. So that's they match up on that side. So I'm going to do the same down here now. Matching these up. There, so I've got all the little marks so they match up, so then I can take those into the middle like that. You see that? And take the lines, match them up with the middle. There. So we've now got a leaf ready for colouring in. And it's like this. So I'm going to use some felt tip pens to colour in. I have to try and remember the colours of the rainbow now. So I think we start with red. If I do it wrong, you'll have to let me know. So I'm going to colour in this section red. And I'm going to do the same at the top. But you can use paint or colouring crayons or anything you've got, any colours that you've got. So that's the red. Where I think orange is the next one. I think there's put some rhymes for remembering this. So orange next. On the side here, so orange there. Yellow. Can you see it's beginning to look a bit rainbowish? Like these ones just here. So yellow next. Yellow at this side. Green next. So to colour the green in now. We've got a green in the middle, so green's like a V shape. A green one. I'll show you that. Orange, I think. No, red, orange, yellow, green, blue next, that's it. Excuse me. Blue next, so we've got the blue one. I think it'd be nice if we did paint. So blue down here. And then there you go. I think it's a very dark black. And there's that one. Nearly there. Last one, which is violet. Is that one coloured in? And the last one now is violet. So that is one side of your leaf. So that's the same as this plant here. So on the other side, you have to colour it in exactly the same. So you can follow colours through. I'll just show you on here. It's like the violet one there. So you just carry it through and do violet on this side. So it matches up. Just do a couple of them so you can see, and then the one there. Let's do one more, which is the blue. So I'll do the blue. So that's that. You can see that that's how you would make the leaf for this plant here. So if you want this plant, if you want to make the rainbow plant, just carry on and do your other 5 leaves the same as this. But I want to show you some techniques. So if you're all happy how to do the rainbow plant, I'll move on to show you how to do the tissue, which is this. So this one is the decoupage. This is the really gluey one. So it's messy making this one. So again, I'll show you of the leaves, how to make one of the leaves, and if you want to make this plant, you will then carry on and make 5 other ones. So we'll start with one leaf. So let's use this one, which is the same. It's a white paper, double white paper with wire inside. So we're going to get really gluey and messy doing this one. So I'll move those to the side, you don't need those. And what I've got here, which I have already prepared, are bits of tissue. So it's just torn up paper, and you see, in all different colours, different bright colours. So we're going to get really gluey and sticky and messy. So we're going to cover our leaf in glue, like so. So all the way round, all the leaf, lots of glue, right to the end, round the sides, round the sides. I quite like doing this messy bit really. Right, so now that's, you can see this, whoops, see, it's covered in glue, look, you see that, loads of glue, very drippy, messy. So start putting bits of tissue paper on, just slap the old towel, using different colours. Doesn't matter if they overlap, they're overlapping and sticking out the sides, and it doesn't, so you're just sticking them on any old towel. Trying to get different colours next to each other so they're the same. Cover the whole leaf in these, so make sure they're all stuck down. You will get messy. That one, nearly covered all of it. So what colour haven't I used? Let's see. Dark green. a dark green there. And a bit of blue at the top. So I've nearly covered it all. Just put a bit more of an there just to finish it off. A bit more. Just use a bit of that blue. There. So that's now covered, turn it round, in bits of tissue paper. Can you see that? So I'll then turn it over, and then we're going to do the same on the back. So cover it in glue, and then you're going to fold the bits of tissue paper that you've got out over the sides. I suppose you could use a brush, it's probably better to use a brush. And just fold it over, wrap them round, folding the tissue paper over. So we've got to start for this side. And it's partly covered just from folding these bits over. So I'm getting very gluey. That's that side, and then that's that side, so we need to fill in the blanks. So I'll put a bit more glue on, glue, and find some more bits of tissue paper. Again, it doesn't matter if they go over because you can just wrap them round, it makes it stronger as a leaf. Just wrap the bend. Some green there, and a bit of yellow, a bit snuck in there. I don't see what I'm doing. Can everybody see all that? So again, it's sort of folding bits over. If you like doing, then this is a good exercise. A bit of yellow. Nearly covered it. There. And if there's any bits sticking up, just more glue on. Just glue them down. You can put it in a pot to dry. So finger like a brush, so smooth them down, so make sure all your edges are smoothed down. I think normally I would go to the sink and wash my hands after this. That's stuck down there. So turn it over and stick everything down. Down. Just adding glue. It doesn't matter how gluey it gets because it's the leaf stronger. So just a little bit more at the bottom, I think. Fiddly this, but I think that'll be about that one done. If it's sticking out anyway, just put some glue on it to hold down. So you can see that that is the leaf. Dry, it'll look like this. And you'll be able to bend it in shape. So that's that leaf. Put that to the side now. I could do pots or something to put it in. My assistant's taken that. So that's that leaf. Now, if we've got... So there's other ways you can do leaves as well. The newspaper leaf, which is the one to make plant is just, so get some newspaper. It's exactly the same way really, but we're just using newspaper. So you can use comics, or you can use pictures of your favourite pop stars, or favourite food, or politicians, or animals, or whatever. And you can find bits of newspaper with images on it, and then as long as you've got two pieces together like this, you can cut the leaf out. I'll just one leaf. It's the same method again. So then you've got an interesting leaf. And so you've got both sides. You need to have a pattern on both sides. We'll get the wire. Again, sort of lay it down the middle of your leaf. And so you've got about 7 centimetres sticking out the bottom. And then cut it off. And you can either use the pliers again or just fold it over. It's the easiest plant to make because you're not having to do any cutting in. So then you just stick it down the middle. Make sure plenty of glue around the outside again so that it sticks together. And up the middle to catch the wire. So stick that into the middle. And the right way round, put it inside. I've got bits of tissue paper there. So put it inside the wire. It's really fun using all sorts of different images. So, again, make sure that the edges are sealed. And that's it for that one. That's all you need to do, and then leave it to dry before you go into a plant. So we've got the 3 different ones now. So we've got that one, so you know how to do that one. This one and the other one. Just put those into there. So you just need to leave everything dry before you go on to the next stage. I'll just give my hands a little wipe. Get a bit of glue. Okay. So the next stage is, so you've got all your leaves. So you've got your 6 leaves. I'll just show you this. So this is another technique you can use. That's coloured paper with shapes of your choice stuck to it. So I have circles to it to make the leaf. It's just coloured paper, it's grey on that side, pink on that side. So now we're going to try and wrap them together to make them into a plant. So you need to get all your leaves bunched together. Oops, that's out. Holding the wires. There, so you've got a nice little bunch of leaves like that, and we're going to pinch the wires together at the end, and then take one of the wires and wrap it around the other wires. I don't know if you can see that. And this is making a stem for your plant. So wrap it around, make it just winding around nice and strong. And that's sort of holding your plant together. Can you see? The wires are like wound together. You need to get it so there's no bits sticking out. It's a nice stem to hold the plant together. So wrapping all the wire around each other. There. So you've got a sort of plant, but it's not very plant-like in shape, but you've got all your leaves together. And they're all held up like this. So the next thing to do is get a toilet roll, tube, which some people have plenty of. And I'm just using a grey plant pot. You can use any sort of pot, like so put your tube into the pot. See, that's sticking up a bit too much, so we need to cut that. So it needs to be about, the rim is, the tube needs to come to there, so it's about 2 centimetres below the top. So I'm just going to cut that off with a pair of scissors. So there. So that goes to there. So if you can see, it's just sort of down a little bit below the pot. So what we need to do now is, because if you put the plant in there now, it's just flopping around, so we need to try and make the plant stable. So what I normally do, this, which is the same that I use with fabric plants as well. Get some newspaper, rip it up. And sticking to everything from the glue, and then I twist it. So I'm twisting newspaper like this. And then I'm going to wrap my finger and wrap it around. So it's like that. I'm going to stuff it into the tube. So I've got something to hold the plant. So one I made earlier. So that's going to go in there, and your plant's going to go into that. So I'm going to do it again because there's not quite enough in there. Screw it up like this. Wrap it around my finger. The reason I'm wrapping it around my finger is so that it's somewhere to put the stem of the plant once it's in. So it's like that. And just shove that in there as well. Oops. A bit more. So that into the tube. So your plant can go into that, and it feels a bit more stable. So I'm going to put that in there. It's still wobbly, so we're just going to stuff the newspaper in. I'm going to stuff some more paper into that tube. The plant feels a bit more stable. There. So that feels quite stable now. Can you see? It's in there, and it's not really. So now we have to do the same with the pot. So to use the paper like potting compost. I suppose it's a bit like planting your plants in your pots. What we normally do is you put lots of newspaper screwed up and just shove it around the plant. And tear it up and push it in around the plant. Push it right down so it's really, really firm. we'll keep going, and the plant pot's full, well nearly full to the top of the toilet roll tube, and then we'll put the potting compost on top of that. So pushing it down like that. You see, it's seeming a lot more stable now. Let's keep going. Nearly there. Use up quite a lot of newspaper. We need one more bit. I think we're there with this one. Right down. There, so that's filled up to there, that newspaper. Now we need to put something a bit more attractive on the top. So for that, well, I've got any moss around, that always looks nice. What I have done with these plants here, I've just shredded up paper to put on. So all of these ones have got the shredded up paper on the top of the plant, just to make it a little bit more attractive than just screw paper like that. So what you need to do for that is find a piece of newspaper again, maybe any newspaper will do. And then fold it up this, and then we're just going to, so if you've got a paper shredder, you can just use the shredder from that. So I'm just going to put it up in tiny thin little strips. So if you've got a paper shredder, it would be easy. Or if you've got coloured paper and you want to use coloured paper, that could look attractive as well. So I think I've made enough. You see what I'm doing? So I've made shredded paper like this, and I'm going to scrunch it up. I think it's probably what you press this cage as well, actually. I remember doing this sort of thing. So it's like nesting material, and then you can stuff that on the edge and it just looks a little bit more attractive than the screwed up newspaper. You need a little bit more of that. You can watch this again, you know, because you will have probably only got so far this with waiting for your leaves to dry. It will be on YouTube for you to catch up and stop and start so that you can see where you're up. Right, so screw these up. Stuff it around the plant. So that's like that. So now we can start making it more plant-like. So because we've got the wire inside the leaves, we can bend them into shapes like that. Open it all out. looks more like a plant. So that's that one. We have a paper fancy. So it's like you can do the same with all these. That's the one with paper, coloured paper blobs stuck on it. This one is just the newspaper one. So this, all the leaves on this one are made exactly like that. So it's just newspaper. So that one is the easiest one. And it's use cartoon characters, whatever you like. You can use whatever paper or wrap paper, actually that would work on this. So I can use that, and that's to make that plant. And then we've got the red one, which is this leaf. So you just need to make them all the same as I showed you. 6. You can make more leaves if you want. You can make them different shapes, but this is just something to do. And also for the pot, if you want to, you can use a tub, recycle something like this and decorate with paper as well, and patterns on that. So we've got lots of options. And then we've got this one, which is the sticky gluey one, which is still sticky and gluey, which is the tissue paper, which made this plant here. So I would say if you're making this one, you probably need to leave the leaf to dry a little bit longer. So you probably need to leave the leaf to dry next day. So make all your leaves up and then pot your plant up the next day. That's what I would recommend. So next time, so this was part 1. This was making paper fancy plants. So on my next session, I'm going to try and show you how to make a hand sewn fancy plant using simple embroidery techniques and felt, scraps of fabric. So I think I have one somewhere. So that's like this one. So my next session, we can have a look at making these. So I need fabric and embroidery for that one. And if you enjoyed seeing this work of mine, you can follow me on Instagram at della.co.uk. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'll just show you the plants. I think we're nearly done. So these are the ones for next time. I think there's another one here for the next section. So we'll be working on these. So you'll need needle and thread ready. But good luck if you're having a go at making the paper fancy plants. And what I wanted to say is love to see them. So if you need to make one of these plants, I'd really love it. So if you can post it on Artcore or send it to delicate.co.uk, that would be really nice to see how you've all got on. So good luck with all the making, and thank you Artcore for letting me do this, and thank you for watching. So see you next time for the fabric plants. Thank you. Goodbye.